All across America's heartland, a heavy silence is settling in, a quiet that grows deeper and more unsettling with every passing season. This isn't a protest or some breaking news event. It's the hush that lingers when a tractor is parked for the last time, when the familiar sounds of hard work fade away. Farmers are leaving their land behind, selling off their equipment, and closing the chapter on family stories that go back generations. Every sale is the end of a legacy. This isn't some organized walkout, it's a slow, painful surrender, farm by farm, from Iowa to Wisconsin. The landscape is changing, and so is the heart of rural America. The silence is spreading, shaking the very foundation of our nation. Its echo reaches far beyond these empty fields. Most of us don't think twice about where our food comes from, we just expect our tables to be full. We're used to endless choices and packed shelves, rarely stopping to think about the miracle that makes it all possible. The connection between farm and table is invisible, but it's absolutely essential. But that miracle is in danger, right now. The folks who feed us are struggling to hang on, and their fight puts all of us at risk. Farmers are being forced to choose: keep losing money or walk away from the only life they've ever known. It's a heartbreaking choice, and more are making it every year. Leaving isn't just quitting a job, it's letting go of a family's legacy. It's losing memories, traditions, and a way of life passed down through the years. When even the toughest folks start to give up, we have to ask ourselves, what's changed? Why has hope become so hard to find? This is about more than just farming, it's about the backbone of our country. Rural communities are the heart of America, and their decline affects us all. Every farm that goes dark leaves a hole in our food system and a wound in rural communities. The impact ripples out, touching every corner of the country. We're watching a major change sweep across America, and most people haven't even noticed. The change is quiet, but its effects will be impossible to ignore. The silence in the fields is a warning. It's a message we can't afford to miss. This is the calm before the storm, a sign that something vital is at risk. The warning signs are everywhere, if we're willing to look. If we ignore this now, the damage could last forever. The choices we make today will shape the future of our food, our communities, and our country. The fields are falling silent, and we can't afford to look away. Our future depends on what we do next. Now's the time to pay attention. We have to act before it's too late, before the silence becomes permanent, before the storm hits, before we lose something we can never get back. Why are so many farmers giving up on the work that has sustained generations? It's not just one problem, it's a perfect storm of challenges hitting all at once. Costs for fuel, fertilizer, seeds, and feed have soared to record highs, but the prices farmers get for their crops haven't kept up. Farmers are squeezed from both sides, paying more to produce food and earning less when they finally sell their harvest. Then there's the weather: droughts, floods, and disasters that can wipe out entire harvests in a single season. You can't plan for a 100-year flood that now seems to happen every few years, or for storms that destroy months of hard work overnight. Add in government regulations, often well-intentioned but frequently costly, confusing, and time-consuming to follow. New rules, shifting policies, and endless paperwork pile on the stress, taking time away from the fields and family. Farming is a 24/7 job, physically and mentally exhausting, with little reward and even less certainty about the future. The next generation sees the struggle, the long hours, and the financial risk, and many choose other paths instead. As older farmers retire, there's often no one left willing or able to take over the family farm. Crushing debt, wild weather, suffocating rules, and no successors, it's simply too much for many to bear. The result? More and more farmers are deciding they just can't keep going no matter how much they love the land. The storm, literal and metaphorical, has become too much to weather for many, and so the fields are falling silent as the heart of rural life slowly fades away. This isn't just a rural problem, it's everyone's problem. When fewer farmers produce food, there's less to go around. At first, you might notice a missing brand or fewer veggies at the store, but as more farms close, empty shelves become the norm. Prices rise as supply drops, hitting every family's budget. For many, higher food costs mean tough choices: healthy meals or paying the bills. Food insecurity grows, and the crisis spreads from farm fields to city tables. As small farms disappear, we rely more on giant corporations: less variety, more risk. If one big facility fails, millions feel it. The decline of the American farmer is a national security issue. Our food system's stability is at stake. The problem starts in a quiet field, but it ends up on your plate, and it affects us all. The reactions to this crisis reveal a deep divide. Farmers feel abandoned, working endless hours, losing money, and seeing no future. Some consumers complain about prices, dismissing farmers as bad at business. They don't see that subsidies barely cover rising costs, and farmers can't set their own prices. Industry experts warn at this rate we could lose the ability to feed ourselves within a generation. Yet some politicians suggest backyard gardens as a solution, missing the scale of the problem entirely. A garden can't replace millions of acres of farmland. The disconnect is staggering, and it deepens farmers' despair. The people who feed us feel unheard, and the crisis grows. To truly understand the crisis facing American agriculture, you have to listen to the people who are living it every single day. Their voices, their struggles, and their hopes tell the real story. The millers in Kansas, whose family has been farming these lands since the 1800s, now face the heartbreak of foreclosure after years of relentless drought and soaring costs for everything from seed to fuel. "We're not asking for a handout, just a chance to keep doing what we love," John Miller says, his voice heavy with emotion. Maria Sanchez in California, an organic grower who built her farm from the ground up, must now watch her crops wither and die because of severe water cuts. "I have chefs begging for tomatoes, but I don't have the water to grow them," she explains, frustration and sadness in her eyes. With no relief in sight, she may soon have to sell her land to developers, ending generations of farming in her family. In the Midwest, a hog farmer struggles to cover even basic costs because meat packers set prices so low that making a living is nearly impossible. "Someone's making money, but it's not the farmer," he says, echoing a sentiment shared by many across the country. Stories like these are everywhere. Ranchers forced to sell their herds, fruit growers abandoning once thriving groves, and young couples buried in debt before they even get a chance to succeed. Each is a personal tragedy, but together, they reveal a national crisis that threatens the future of our food supply. These are the people who feed America. And right now, they're breaking under the weight of challenges they can't control. Their stories are a warning to all of us, a call to pay attention before it's too late. If we don't act soon, these stories of loss and struggle will become the new normal across the country. The backbone of our food system, the hardworking farmers and ranchers, is at risk of disappearing, and time is running out for America's farms, and for all of us who depend on them. Farming isn't just a business, it's the backbone of America. Losing farms means losing a vital part of our economy, culture, and identity. Farms support local businesses, schools, and entire rural communities. When a farm shuts down, everyone feels it. Jobs disappear, towns fade. Farmers are also stewards of the land, managing millions of acres responsibly. When land is sold to corporations or developers, that stewardship is lost. The focus shifts from long-term care to short-term profit, risking our environment. Farming connects us to the real world, soil, water, and the cycles of nature. Lose that, and we lose practical wisdom and self-reliance. We become a nation of consumers, disconnected from what sustains us. That's a dangerous place to be. The loss of farmers is the loss of something irreplaceable, and we can't afford it. We're at a crossroads. One path leads to a future controlled by a few corporations, the other to a future where we support our farmers. It's not too late, but we need real solutions. Fix the economics, ensure fair prices, reform markets, and protect against disasters. Support the next generation, help with land access, training, and debt relief. Make farming a viable career again. As consumers, we can buy local, support CSAs, and demand better from stores and leaders. We must value our farmers and act now. The choice is ours, the time to act is now. The fields are quieting, shelves are thinning, and farmers are at their breaking point. This isn't about politics, it's about survival and security. A nation that can't feed itself is vulnerable. We have the land and the tradition. Losing it would be a historic failure. Next time you eat, think about the journey from field to plate. The silence from the heartland is a wake-up call. We can't take farmers for granted any longer. Support them, demand action, and reconnect with where your food comes from. The fate of the American farmer is everyone's problem. Their success is our success. Their failure, our empty plate. Let's not wait until the silence is complete. The time to care is now. Let's make the right choice before it's too late.